Megan with Mommy Travels, and for the last week I've been driving around a 2016 Rav4. It's pretty much fully loaded. It's a really beautiful car. As you can see, it's a beautiful crisp bright blue color, and it's been a lot of fun to drive around this week, and I just wanted to walk y'all through it. So one of the things they changed for 2016 is the front, the entire look of the front car. It's got a different grille than the previous models have had. It's got a camera right there in the middle, and then it actually has cameras underneath the mirrors too. Right, I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. It's right there. So it's got a mirror on both sides. And then of course, that has a mirror on both sides. I meant a camera underneath both mirrors. And then there's a camera back here too. And I'll show you when we get inside, does a really interesting like bird's eye view of the car when you're backing up. You can see 360 completely around the car, which is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and get in the car. And I hope my Wi-Fi stays on. I tried to periscope off and on all morning and couldn't get Wi-Fi. So we'll start it up. It is keyless entry. And a push button start, which is great. It's super handy to not have to dig around in my purse to get the key out when I got all the kids with me. I just want to show off this backup camera real quick. So, because somehow the 4 cameras on the car work together to give you this 360 image, so you can see all around the car as you're backing up, which is great. I mean, and it still has the lines to guide you back and forth. But man, just having the full 360, and I'm out in the driveway, so it's not as bad now, but when I was in my garage, I have stuff all over the garage, so backing in and out of there, I don't want to run over something that the kids have left out. So it's really cool to have that image there, so I don't hit a bicycle or something. And then while we're on the TV here, I'll show you some of the apps. It's got a lot of apps, and Toyota actually has an app that works with your phone, and I'm pretty sure you can remote start it with the app. I couldn't use the app this week because I didn't have a code to register it or anything. It's just a loaner. But it's got navigation. And then it's got, it'll tell you the traffic, the weather. It was pretty easy to set my phone up. Actually really easy to set my phone up, which is nice. Got your standard AC, everything there. Heated seats, you can switch it from eco mode to sport mode. I only drove it in eco mode. I'm just driving around town. I'm not doing anything that I would need to have it in sport mode for. Heated seats, it looks like if you wanted to, you could upgrade and get wireless charging in this car. I have an iPhone, so I can't wirelessly charge, but I know that's becoming more and more popular in some of the Androids. It's got a couple of plugins here. I'm getting about 21 miles to the gallon driving around town. I haven't really done any highway driving at all. If I was on the highway, it would be more like 28. The Rav4 does come in a hybrid. This is not a hybrid. I had a chance to look at one at the Portland Auto Show. Why isn't it opening all the way? No. And to get the hybrid was about, it looked like it was about $700 and a $700 upgrade. And then instead of averaging like 25 miles per gallon, you'd be averaging about 33, anywhere upwards to, I believe it was 37. So this one runs 22 city, 29 highway. I think when I checked, let's see what it's telling me now. When I checked earlier, I was getting 21. Yeah, I'm still getting about 21, so But mainly I've been driving around back roads and back and forth to school, so a lot of stop and go. Nothing too crazy. Haven't had to get gas, so that's kind of nice. This one has parking assist, so it's not going to park the car for you, but it will. It has. It'll let you know on each corner of the car if you're getting too close to something. Let's see if I can get it to show you what it does. I'll pull the car over a little close to my mom. So like that, it's giving me a warning that I'm too close to her car, and it warns you on the dash, and then it also warns you on the TV screen. And it makes that lovely beeping sound, unless you can turn that off. You can just have it give you the warning. And then I'm just gonna pull into the garage and show you the other sensor that it does when you're getting too close to stuff. So it gives me 3 bars, so I know I'm getting a little close when I'm in the garage to hitting these, I have some Rubbermaid bins out here. And then, see, it drops down, so it'll show you're getting super close. It's kind of annoying, huh? It's been driving my son crazy. So one of the other cool things it does is it has like a driving assist too, so I guess because it's got the cameras underneath the mirror, it can see the lines on the road. So it sees if you're going back and forth and you're going over the lines, it's going to start beeping at you. It's that camel color leather with a gray. Doesn't really match the outside of the car, but it looks great on the inside. Here's the steering wheel. The steering wheel is not heated, which is kind of a bummer. It's been a little cold up here in Oregon. That would have been nice. Let's see. You can open the trunk. The push of the button, which is great. Oh no, I guess you can close it with the push of a button. In the back seat. Back seat's got one outlet back here. My kids had the seats reclined. Then we've got the I didn't adjust the front seat before I got back here. That's the way I've been driving all week. So, and I've got plenty of room, as you can see. So it's a pretty roomy back seat. My 14-year-old often doesn't enjoy the cars that are brought to the house for us to test drive, because he'll end up having to sit in the back and he's uncomfortable. He's taller than I am now. He's about 5'7", and so a lot of times he's just not enjoying the ride. And we've had this car for a full week now, and he hasn't complained one time. So if you have 3 kids like I do, it's a roomier back seat. I don't have car seats, so it would definitely be more crowded with the car seat, but we don't have that issue, thank goodness. So it's bigger than they used to be, from what I remember. There was no USB, but there was one plug-in with a 120 watt, you know, the old cigarette lighter. It's the back. View of the car. You've got your everything you need to change the tire down there, which I like. I like it better down there than in the sides. I do not like having to get a tire out of the sides. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with that, but it's not the easiest thing to get the panels back in once you're done. This one does have an upgraded sound system, so it's got the subwoofer there. Do you guys have any questions I could answer about the car? I mean, that's pretty much it. I think I forgot to show you the moonroof though. I do love that so much of it is automatic. I don't have to pull down the trunk door over and over, which my minivan's a little old, but we've pulled the door down so many times that the stupid handle ripped off, so it'd be nice if it was automatic. Oh, this one is $37,000, which is a little high. They start out much lower than that. Let me look. So this one is it has some add-ons, like the bird's eye view camera, that was an add-on. The front and rear parking sensors was an add-on. But you know, if you have a teenager, these are all things that you're going to want to add on. You know, I'd like to say that your teen and my teen would be the exception, and they're not going to text and drive. But the reality is that most kids are texting and driving. The number one killer of teens right now is texting and driving. And so all these sensors, you know, the front sensor, the back sensor, you know, the fact that you can go down the highway, set your cruise control, and then if someone pulls out in front of you, depending on how close they are to the front of your car, this car's automatically going to start slowing down. Well, if you're sitting there texting and you're not paying attention, that's going to save your life. So these are all add-ons that I would really recommend for a teenager. I drove really well. I'm used to driving a minivan, and it's long, and I drag it over the corners, over curbs. I back it into stuff. It's just too long. And this one, although it's small, it's not that small, but man, it turns really well. Like, I parallel parked this in downtown Portland a couple times, and man, I parked no problem. I just zipped right in and out. It handles really well. When I'm backing up, I mean, it turns really sharp, so you can get in and out of some really tight spaces with it. Let's see, what else? Anything else you want to know about the car? You can turn on Pandora or Slacker. I don't have either of those on my phone. Also, request for country music. How about 90s? I'm a child of the 90s. Paul Abdul. Of course. Let's turn it up.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
What do you think? So it's got a pretty good audio system. It does have a subwoofer in the back. I think I showed it to y'all when we were back there. And you can definitely hear it when I turned up the bass. I don't know how it came through on the phone, but you could definitely hear it. So overall, it's been a really great car. I'm actually car shopping, and I did not think that I would go into a smaller SUV just because I've got 3 kids, and I thought I had to have a third row. But I have actually changed my mind. I think I might buy one of these. So we'll see. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for jumping on and walking through the RAV4 with me.